All right. Yes, CL is insane. Oh my God. The overnight. I opened up my domes this morning and I just like, it was way up here or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we went down a little bit overnight. Okay. We went down. Wait, where's the bottom? And look how far off we pulled back to. So yeah, I don't know. The A period trade is, hmm. going to be interesting for sure. All right, where's my TPO? CLTPO, where'd you go? CLTPO. That's not it. That's oh, what? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. No, that's number one. Why is it labeled? That's not CLTPO 2. That's number one. Oh, that would be bad. There's number two. Okay. Here. Oh, that's because I know why that is. Oh, one TPO number two, and you are okay. Good. Everybody should be good now. Let's just quick sanity check. Dome one, boom. Dome two, dome three, dome four. Yes. Okay. Everybody is ready. Let's. These looking kind of the same. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just scaled differently. All right. Okay. Where are we at? 2 minutes. Oh, perfect timing. As 2 minutes is typically where I actually start looking at stuff. And in fact, actually, speaking of stuff, this is not an ES trade. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all of these. Don't need them. Don't care. Don't want them on my screen. Distracting. And let's see here. Yeah, don't care about correlation indices. I don't need anything but my oil domes. So here we go. All right. I am trading one of my new Lilus on the left and my cash account on the right. Cash account in micros, Lilu in the minis, and let's just see what we get. Or a total for the day of 8 ticks on my Lilu. That's 8 ticks. Really, it's combined. Basically, I'm looking for $100 is what it comes down to. At $100 or more a day, I pass the Lilu thing in 15 days or less. So I set myself a very low bar, low goal. $100 is a pretty achievable thing in CL and in ES, frankly, with these setups. So that is what I'm going to go for. So let's just see what we see. 20 seconds to go. We're clearly opening a ways off the low, so I don't have any pressure right now to need to think quick and get in or anything like that. So I'm just gonna just chill out, let it do what it does, let it do its thing.
Hey, JVC.
There we go. Oh, hey.
Quick reminder, and then I will be quiet.
Yeah.
Because of the not necessarily watching your screen, but listening to you, please try to call out price levels you're referring to.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, I will do that. I will try to remember that. And if anybody notices that I'm forgetting, I do have you all can chat to me only, to the host. So feel free to, hello, send me a message, Yeah,
I'll kind of listen for it too. So
perfect. Yeah. If Jeff or anyone else, if anybody notices that I forgot a price level, whatever, just throw that in there. I've got it in my other screen so I can see it out of the corner of my eye if it lights up. So That was an interesting little aggressive push down. I was tempted to want to, yeah, see now, just okay. We got UB. I'm going to go ahead. I think if we push lower, we're going to, it's going to pick a lane and go. But let's see. And sometimes when this kind of deal happens, if it gives me a real nice pullback, I'll move my order up earlier and I'll get a better entry. But right now, yep, there it went. Okay. I will grab a little something, something if it comes back up to those zeros, which it did not. So let's just see what we get. Yeah. Oh, baby. Go, go, go. That is what I'm talking about. I have way more than hit my daily goal for the combine. So, and I got it. I'm getting them out. Sweet. All right. Well, $250 in the Lilu account, $31 in the cash account. Well, that was a fun A period. So I'll see y'all guys in a half hour. Wow. All right. That was sweet. That was sweet. They don't always play out that way, but when they do, I don't always get trades like that. But when I do, they're sweet. I need a meme for that. Okay, now I can sort of stand up and stretch a little bit. Kind of get my bearings a little. That actually sort of happened so fast. I didn't really even have a whole lot of time to assimilate what was going on or anything. It just sort of went and I chased it and yeah, there we go.
Keep an eye on the ADA overnight.
Yep. That was what I just did was my ADA overnight and I'm done with it.
Okay. Because we're still not at the overnight low.
Yeah. So. Not even close. Not even close. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, there's potential for this to go a whole long ways either direction. I mean, look, we got, if it were to go to the high, which I think is probably unlikely because we're so much closer to the low, but I mean, it's way the hell up there. And if we blow the low, it's relatively within striking distance for sure. So yeah.
One more quick comment on that. Yeah. If you don't mind me contributing here while you're, we're only down we're down 3.75% in oil. And remember,
that's an only.
Friday, it went down 13%.
Yep. 3% is an only right now.
Yeah. I mean, it could go back and be up 6%. Yeah. The point is oil can move. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And right now, like if I wasn't already at my daily goal, frankly, in both accounts, I mean, I'm not going to just take the next almost 90 minutes off now and leave you all without a session. I'll hang out, probably maybe I'll switch to sim or, I mean, I could switch to another combine account. You know what? I might do that. I might actually flip to another account and do the next period trade in a different account. Maybe that's the way to do it. I got these 5 accounts with the idea of the trade copier I've been working on. Unfortunately, I have hit some nasty roadblocks with regards to design issues within Sierra that I don't think I can overcome. This is looking like it's a Lee pay grade project, not a me pay grade project. So I'm not sure I will actually be able to fulfill my dreams of trade copier. After all, I got it really close, but then as I started to get it, usable, like in real time, really actually usable and totally consistent, totally reliable. That's when I started to run into the design limitations of Sierra. So it may be dead on arrival, in which case I've got 5 evals that I need to do something with. So I can't, I like it would have been 5 accounts, $200 to $250, depending on slippage across 5 accounts. And then, I'd have that kind of leverage on my leverage. But since I can't do that, I may just do them one by one. I don't know. We'll see. It's not a unreasonable thing to do. Actually, do one setup per account. So
bingo. I want to agree with you on that. That's exactly what I do with combines. It's a really good way of just segmenting it and time of day and comparing performance.
Yeah. And in fact, you know what? Since the ADA overnight is still in play, I might as well just switch to one now. And if it wants to get more downside, then we'll get more downside. It did poke its head down and it kissed this low again. We got a little bit more absorption there, but it's nothing major. There's an awful lot of consistent wanting to go down. It tried to lift like this. I'm not going to do cash account now because I've already hit my daily goal in the cash account, which is only $25. I set a very, very modest goal. Here we go. All right. We had some UB for a split second and now kind of hanging out a little bit. And whoops, hello, come back. Okay, here we go. Sweet little sweep to the downside. We've got some sellers sitting up here on the pullback bar. What are we going to get? And UB on the pullback bar. Okay. Nope. Come on. Hello. Wow. There was some major lag from the time I hit the button to the time it actually executed. That was a little concerning. And my domes seem to be, God, they're moving like molasses. I've been noticing this recently. I don't understand what the deal is. I don't know if, like, I may need to dig into my Sierra and see if I've got some data cruft floating around or something. Because it's not, I mean, it'll move like crap for you guys anyway, because Zoom, that's just low frame rate. But even for me, it's updating like twice a second. And it should not be like that. It should be really pretty smooth. So I'm not crazy about that, but that's whatever, something to look into. All right.
Quick comment. Let me jump in, JVC. Just oil is really interesting, and there's all kinds of fun scalping over there. But while that's happening, quietly, the indexes are filling the gap. So just be mindful of that.
Interesting point. Let me pop open my correlation.
I figured you just might want to keep that in the back of your head. So.
Yep, not the worst thing in the world for sure. So I'm just taking a peek. Whoops, you guys can't see it because it's on my other screen, but I've got my correlation domes. They're just 4 domes for the 4 indices. Nothing fancy on them at all. Just standard profiles, delta, whatever. And everybody is down. And everybody interested. Wow, everybody opened fairly consistently away from the high. From their each individual high. Wow, that's an interesting picture. I don't generally see that. Wow. It's not like telling me to do anything or anything, but it's just kind of visually cool. All right. So this push up here, contested level. That's interesting. Nope. Now we're pushing higher. All right. So that's exactly why I didn't want to just sit in that and decide, no, we have to go lower because the overnight low is right there. We got to take it. No, we don't. So this market at the moment is not giving me any signs that it wants to head immediately lower. We don't have a price projector on the bottom, but only because we're missing the opposing aggression. Although 17 and 14 contracts here is almost a push. And we don't really have exhaustion anywhere along in here. So, this low is, I would argue this low is not low enough. So I suspect we are probably going to head lower, but from where? That's the problem right now. Pullback bar, do you have a price projector on the pullback bar? That's interesting, but it's not really, if this were like at the deltas, at the contested deltas or something like right around there, I'd love it. But yeah, see now, there we go. We're pushing higher. These zero prints are interesting. I wonder if it could get up and recatch those. That seems like a bit of a push to the upside right now, but it's pushing to the upside. So who knows? Could do it. Got a little bit of a delta bump right here. It's not huge or anything, but it's a little something. UB at the top of the pullback bar. So, it might not be done heading higher yet, but it's oil. It can do whatever the hell it wants to do.
Slippery little devil, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. And down below, okay, so we've got some buyers sitting down here potentially from overnight. I mean, technically, I have no way to know that they're still sitting there in the market at all. But, there's liquidity right there, right in this chunk of negative delta. That's interesting. But as far as wanting to get short from anywhere, there just was nothing really clear to me. I could have tried to lean on the contested deltas, but then, where am I wrong? And now here we go. It's wanting to push lower, but it's doing this. Like, I hate this where it leaves like almost price rejectors each time it pushes down. Those are and there's the rest of the push. But we can't. Yeah, see, if it would just leave me some UB or something on a push like that, and pull back to something significant like the contested level deltas or something like that. Trying an entry. Oh, maybe. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll get it. Okay, let's see. You know what? I'm going to switch to my gaming controller because I'm only trading one dome right now, so I can do that. Okay, this is interesting. Top of the pullback bar is sort of okay, and it does look like it worked. I would have liked it to gotten. Oh, the delta's moved apart. Hello. So we've got min delta just overhead. Are we going to get back up into the delta range or no? Kind of looking like no. Oh, okay. We're contested again. And interesting. Okay, they tried to push up, knocked it down. I'm super tempted to want to throw on a short front run this delta here, but then where am I wrong? It'll be all the way up the contested delta for me. So, and now it's sort of looking like it might want to head lower, but can't do it. We do have a nice price rejector down there right now. It's not a huge amount of opposing aggression though, so we do have that liquidity right down there that I was noticing a few minutes ago. I think that's the same spot. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it was in this area, in this chunk of deltas. All right, pushing up again. Again, got right to that delta, but now we're pushing up through it. And I'm going to go ahead and throw one on, leaning on this.
And this is where?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 67, whatever that is, 19, 67.20. There's a delta right there. And here we go. Let's see. Pushing. I'm going to get a stop. Okay, I'm going to get my stop in. I'm going to hide my stop behind this delta at 67.16. Positive delta. It might take me. Yep, there we go. Okay, well, I got a couple ticks out of that. Let's see if it wants to give me another opportunity for anything. I really would rather it get up to min delta. I mean, to the contested deltas at 67.32-ish. But it's really kind of getting stuck right here at 67.20. Right around there. No, there it goes. Okay, it's pushed up through it. All right, it looks like the pullback bar. Oh, okay, it held. I was going to say, it looks like the pullback bar might want to go. We don't have exhaustion, so it's not a price rejector. It wouldn't take much to get there, though. Right here, some more volume right here. We'll do it right here at 67.24. We'll give us a price rejector. Not quite there yet. Almost. It's pretty close, though. But it's oil. So oil could just decide to squirt through the top of the pullback bar. And next thing we know, we're, 10, 12 ticks higher. So, okay, now we're back down below min delta again, which has moved and now. Oh, okay. They're duking it out. The deltas are shifting around between 67.20 and about 67.32. So there's a fight taking place. We're back in the delta range. Oh, there. Okay, there's that upside sweep that I was wondering it might want to do. And it stopped dead in its tracks at, whoops, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Okay, I entered a couple ticks lower than I wanted to be. I'm short at 67.28. And okay, here we go. We're pushing lower. Can we keep the pressure on? Okay, sweep to the upside. It stopped dead in its tracks at min delta again at 67.32, or max delta rather. A pullback bar has got a hold for me right here, or I'm going to bail at 67.30. Okay, I'm out. Come on, hit it. Good. Boy, yeah, I got some significant lag going on. All right, so down $180 in this one today. Given the small nature of the 25K combine, I'm not going any further in that account. And frankly, I don't love this at all anymore in general. The short is just not looking like it wants to play out, at least not now. And the bottom's got a pretty good price trajectory on it at the low. It's not anywhere particularly meaningful that I can see. Although there was some overnight delta there. That was that chunk I was noticing a little while ago. But for right now, I don't see anything that tells me this is a screaming opportunity to blow the low and get down to the overnight low right now. B period, who knows? But for right now, yeah, now look how much more we're pushing up. So I'm not doing anything right now except take a sip of tea. That is what I'm going to do. Because I always forget to hydrate. I have a nasty habit of making myself drinks and then setting them in front of me and then not touching them until 4 hours later. I remember, oh, yeah, there's a drink there and it's ice cold. And to stand up, in fact. I also don't stand up nearly enough. Oh, yes, the chat. I have not been keeping my eye on that like I thought I was going to. It's not as visible out of the corner of my eye as I thought. I'm used to the chat being open and active, and so the movement of it would catch my eye, but it's mostly quiet now. So stand up on my toes a little bit. Just kind of stretch out my legs because they like to get cramped up from sitting for too long. Easy thing to forget to do.
Also, don't forget to pace yourself. You're doing the hour and a half straight by yourself. So that's why.
Yep. It is the same hour and a half that I do most days anyway. But just this time I'm actually talking it through. So
yeah, I found
I tend to talk to myself anyway.
When I was doing it yesterday, it's it's good stream of consciousness. It's easy to get a little stir crazy too. So because you're not.
I sit here and talk to myself all day anyway. So
yeah, that's true. And you've got the cats there to talk to. So
yeah, I actually have to. I have to keep my office door closed anytime I'm in here working because our youngest, he's a cord chewer, big time cord chewer, and he insists on getting up on my desk behind my monitors and messing with stuff. And so I can't, nothing will distract him from that. He's so determined. I cannot keep him from that stuff.
How old is he?
Like he's about 2.5.
Oh yeah. Then you're probably stuck with that behavior too.
It's going to be a while. Yeah. Well, actually he's a rag doll, and apparently they are known for having a prolonged adolescence until about 4.
Yeah. Maine Coons do that too.
Yes. Maine Coons as well are known for that.
Up to 5 years old too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's also not done growing, and he's already ridiculously massive. He's going to be a giant, which is great. I think that's awesome. But unfortunately, until he hopefully outgrows that, I have to keep him out because he will just cause all kinds of mayhem.
Cause all kinds of what?
He will cause all kinds of mayhem.
Yeah, it's funny. People. Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to.
No, nothing. Go ahead.
People like to use that term. Are you watching the indexes? I know you're not watching oil closely anymore, but are you watching the indexes? There's some interesting.
I see them that they're pushing down. Yeah, I see that. And everybody's correlated. Everybody's kind of marching towards the low. They're all about roughly the same distance away. It's a weird image. In fact, actually, here, hang on. Wait, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing any trading. I'll just pull these over. Here's what I'm looking at on my other screen. Let me just zoom, go away. Zoom toolbar just decided to jump in front of me. The zoom toolbar is front running me. Oh my God, go away. Hang on, out of the way. There we go. So here is my 4 correlation domes that I've got over on the right. And, high, open, current. They are super geometrically the same, which is wild. They are really the same. And all the volume down here in the lower third. This is a pretty picture. Very interesting. Tuck these back over here again. And I did have a question in the chat asking about the short at 67.18. That must have been, was that the one that, whoops, whoa, what just happened? Windows, what are you doing? Was that the one that worked out or the one that didn't? 67.18 looks like it was this one. That had to have been one of the ones that didn't work out. I can't remember. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 10 minutes to go. All right. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I was just basically thinking that I still liked the idea at that moment of a push lower, and I wanted to lean on. Actually, sorry, I was leaning on this delta here, on min delta, and it was a little aggressive, but it pushed up and kind of seemed like it was holding there. So I decided to jump in and try it, and it just didn't work out. So, and I don't love this low. As I said, there's nothing about this that it fits with what I like to look for. to feel that my setup is still in play now, which is that this low is clearly not low enough. Then I like to look for a possible entry. Although that's been tricky this morning because there just hasn't been, other than trying to lean on, min and max delta or arbitrary other large-ish deltas. There's no great clue for me in here. I mean, we were able to push all the way up to here. So the buyers have some strength, they're not unable to push it at all, but the sellers haven't exactly come in and overwhelmed and just taken the ball and ran with it. So everybody's fighting right now. We got the range, the high volume right here. So right now it's just in that range, ebbing and flowing in this range. It's probably good range scalping, but my setups are, head towards the extremes, head toward the high or the low from overnight. That's the 8 overnight. So I got it first thing in that other account. For my purposes, I got enough. It doesn't have to be, because the setup is technically called 8 overnight, does not mean I must keep trading until the overnight has broken. That's not what that means. It means I'm taking a trade towards one of the two sides from somewhere to somewhere. And those somewheres are going to be discretionary in the moment based on what I see in the order flow and what I feel is going on.
That's a great point. That's a great point, because you trade that trade conservatively, as does Lee. I trade it aggressively toward the break, and I will go with the break, and then I'll fade it the other way. So,
yes, and as a scalper, that's the way to do it. That's totally that's the thing to do. Scalping is by its whole nature is much more aggressive, but it has a hidden benefit to being so aggressive, which is that you can also be aggressively the hell out of the way.
Right.
And no risk if you're not in, and you only get in when you can quickly get in, grab something, and get the hell out. Whereas, with these structural plays, someday, I mean, there are days when I have, like, let's say I entered right now. Let's say I got short leaning on the max delta, and I'm thinking that's the play. Okay, fine. And it might ebb and flow in this delta range for 15 minutes and it doesn't do anything. It might even poke 3 or 4 ticks above, but it gets stuck here at this delta here, and it comes back down. And so there's nothing that would tell me that this isn't working, but I'm stuck just sitting and kind of waiting for it to unfold, unless, and occasionally, rarely, but occasionally I will do this, unless I decide to scalp around that core idea, in which case, I might scalp from here to here or to somewhere in the middle of the delta range, or, just grab 5-6 ticks 2 or 3 times. And that can be really sweet when conditions are favorable for that, because it pads your bigger idea. If you can pad your P&L with 5 or 10 or 12 ticks, then that buys you all of your I'm wrong room. Like right about here, I'd have to say, I don't know about this anymore. And I'd have to get out. So this is why I'm not playing it right now, is because there is still upside aggression. The buyers have not given up. This is not a sellers have won the game and are taking and running with it at all. And we've got these, zero prints up here. Who knows? Maybe oil wants to come up and fill those. There might be a great, zero print front run trade coming, if that was something I was inclined to do. But, again, my setup calls for trading towards whichever side of the overnight profile looks like it is going to be the side that's going to attract price. But given that we had pulled back all the way to way up here when we opened right here, I was questioning already whether realistically in a period we would get all the way down here. And not that oil can't do it. It absolutely can. Oh yeah, easy. But if we had opened, here, I would have been a lot more likely to say, yeah, we are going to maybe a little bit of a pullback, but then that's about all I'm going to get. And then we're probably going to blow that low, because I've just seen it do that over and over again when it opens really close, like within 30 ticks or so. 20, 30 ticks from the extreme. But when it pulls back this far, who knows? Anything could happen, and it may or may not want to just pick up and go. But some days it does. So anywho, I'm going to switch accounts here. And so I guess I've never had 5 evals all at the same time. So it's sort of a weird thing to be able to do, to just be like, oh, I hit my drawdown in that account, I'll just switch accounts. But it's kind of cool. All right. Given that we're coming up onto a period in ES, let's just take a peek at where we're at there. And I was seeing that on the correlation charts anyway. So where we're at, frankly, is in the middle. We are smack in the middle. And yeah, I really got nothing. We got a price rejector at the top of overnight, and we got stops that triggered on the bottom of overnight. So who knows? Nothing leaping out at me. Um, Overhead. Actually, is this the all-time? No, I was going to say, is this the all-time high? I didn't think so, but no, we've got some old zero prints up here at what is that, 50 or no, 47, 4708, that range, or some old zero prints. So if we head higher, that could be an interesting level to be in play because it's within striking distance if ES wants to pick up and move, as it has been doing. To the low side, oh, interesting. An old weekly POC down below at around, or at exactly, what is that? 45, 62, 50. So that area, and I just do those. That's not a hard and fast level. It's not like I'm going to say that level, that's the one, that number. That's not it. It's just this area is where the bulk of the volume in the last week has been, or in a week, I should say, because these do extend into the future. So at some week, this was where the bulk of the volume was. So could get interesting if we start to head that direction. That could be a potential area that people or traders are interested in down there. So we'll see. But other than that, I really got nothing telling me much of anything in ES. We do have whoops, my correlation domes are a little screwed up. Let me try to fix these. Let's see here. I think that's that's right. Oh, 1, 2, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. All right. So correlation wise, we do have UB at the bottom of YM. Interesting. My crunch to NQ, which is a 2-tick crunch, has UB on both ends, which may or may not be particularly meaningful due to the crunch. I don't really have anything else structurally to look at or go on with regards to RTY or ES or anything like that. So yeah, no bias, no predetermination, no idea. Okay, there's my 2-minute warning alarm. We're opening in 2. Sort of adjusting my correlation charts a little bit so I can see them, or my correlation domes. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. That's good. That'll work. Okay, and oil has done nothing. So, from a B period, for the B to A in oil, I mean, this is our range. Let me shrink this down a little bit. And in fact, let me minimize that. In fact, I don't want to trade in either of those. I only want to trade my eval. Oh, which I need to be on the right account. Account number 4. Yep. All right. So this is my 30-minute range. This is my A period, and we're right in the middle of it. So who knows? Oh, I don't have a clock on. Okay, you know what? Hang on. I need this has my clock on it, 9:30. Let me put this in sim just so I don't accidentally do something stupid. There we go. All right. So I'm just have this up for the clock. That's really the only reason that's there. So it's Eastern time, but that's fine. That'll do. Let's see here. What is oil going to want to do? I'm back to trading on my mouse now because I'm trading 2 different instruments. So can't reasonably do this well with my gamepad. 15 seconds to go to B period in oil and to the equities open. I'm going to start by looking at oil because I'm only playing with the 30-minute range there as opposed to, the overnights extremes in ES, which are a lot further away. So ES is not going to give me an instant trade this morning. That's for sure. So, all right. Oil has done nothing yet. Oh, hello. Pushing lower. Okay. I like a possible short here. I'm going to lean on that. And looking for, there's some sellers up here. And we do have UB at the top, well, both ends really. Max pullback delta is right there. That's my last line of defense, is that delta right there. 67.45. Yeah, 67.45. I am short 67.30, by the way. Okay. Sellers are getting it stuck here around. Oops. Nope. Come on. Why are you not getting flat? Oh man, that is not good. I'm going to have to dedicate some time to digging into why my hotkeys are so lagged. That was horrible. I was hitting the key like a madman, and it was like, wow, look at that. It was like 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds before it did anything. Oof, that's terrible. All right, well, I'll devote some time to getting to the bottom of that, whatever that is. So yeah, oil is looking like it's going to want to maybe do the high of a period, which is interesting because, I mean, it opened, it went up 5 ticks and then just came straight down in a period. So for it to now want to challenge the a period high, I mean, it certainly can, but it's odd. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get so low that we took the overnight low. We just kind of stopped in nowhere specific. Well, whole number ish, 67. So, I mean, I guess there's that, but it's not much to hang your hat on. So, yeah, I don't know. Oil is weird for me right now. All right, let's look at the equities just for giggles. All right, oil, I mean, ES rather, pushing higher. Okay, price trajectory UB. All right, so I like a long here potentially, but it's not giving me a great opportunity to get in. Maybe front run the zero print now, but see, now we got a price trajectory there. Ugh. UB, yeah, it's still pushing. It never even pulled back. So there's just no opportunity to get in. Yeah, oof, 3 contract price projector. That's a really nice one. Yeah, and now we pull all the way back. So maybe zero print front run, but it also could just come back into the range and hang out down here. So, nope, I don't love anything here for my A to overnight setup. The high is so far away. The low is reasonably far away also. So, well, although on the plus side, being so far away means I'm in no hurry, right? I got a lot of time to let this play out and let it tell me, which side is in play, which side is going to go. And again, I have a reasonably strong suspicion that we may not get the A to overnight, as in we break the overnight, because look how far away it is. I mean, we're in the middle and both ends are quite far from here. So I would be surprised if A period had it in it to get all the way up and break either the high or low. That would be a hell of an A period. Not that it couldn't, but it would be a surprise for sure. So I think this is going to be another one where we're not going to actually get the completion of the A period extremes being broken, but there might be a trade along the way. So that's what I'm keeping an eye out for. But right now, neither end is looking exciting. We've got a price trajectory at the low and a price trajectory at the high. The high is nicer. Better exhaustion, better extreme, 69 contracts at the low versus 3 at the high. So the high is a cleaner high than the bottom is a clean bottom. But yeah, I've got nothing here for my setup. Oil managed to push pretty far. And then a bunch of stops triggered and we came right back in. So it did blow the A period top though. So, but only just, it only got a few ticks further, and then stops were triggered. So, people, what does that tell you? People were selling the top, and then they got stopped out. So, and now we've come right back down into the range, and now we've got some aggression to the downside. So, but I don't have a trade here. My B period trade, my B to A is done. It already violated the A period extreme to the upside. So I got nothing. So I'm just going to go ahead and minimize that. And I'm going to go ahead and actually minimize that too. And what are you doing here? Go away. Go. And I'm going to pop this up. Oh, you don't have a clock on you. Oh, I thought you had a clock on you. I'm missing my clocks. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. I know roughly what time it is now. Okay, so perhaps the low is going to be in play. There's that weekly POC I was talking about, or one of them anyway. There's actually more than one, but that's an old one. Okay, and now I like a push lower. UB. Oh, am I on the wrong? Whoops, I am. I'm on the wrong thing. Let's get out of that. And
rejected.
Oops, timing. Okay, well, I tried to place the order as it would have canceled, and so it didn't let me do it. Okay, yeah. See, I wanted to try to catch the continuation of that UB, but now look what's happened. Wow. Okay, I'm actually glad I didn't end up in that because it didn't continue. That's the thing about UB, right? All it has to do is resolve, which is one tick. It does not have to run. It can. It often does, but it does not have to. So, got a bunch of delta down here. Some liquidity in the book down there too.
Rejected.
All right. Oh, what? Okay, wait a minute. Uh-oh. Oh, do I have a limit set somewhere? Hold on. I think I do. Oh, whoops. I'm on a 4-lot. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. This is why you set position limits on things, because that, had it executed, would have just blown up this eval 4-lot. My, what do you call it? Trade window configuration. I forgot this one is set by default to be a 4-lot. So that is why I always go in to my symbol settings. For those of you who aren't familiar with the symbol settings, it's under the, oh gosh, where is it? Oh, it's on the main screen. Anyway, whatever. You probably know where the symbol settings are. I always set them to limit my position size to whatever my eval is allowed to do so that I can't make that mistake. So there you go. It just saved my ass. And that wouldn't have worked out anyway. So see, this is nasty. I don't think I want to touch this unless it can demonstrate that it can get through here. If it can push all the way through this delta and kind of hold down in the delta range or something like that, then I might try to lean on this for a short towards the low. But there's so much distance. I've got so much down here. I'm in no hurry. I need to not be in a hurry. I need to not be seeing this as if this was the low. Like I only have 10 ticks to play with. I got to get in and grab a little bite. No, I got a huge amount of distance to cover. So you know what? No worries. Just go sit back and let it play out. See what it wants to do. What time is it? 20 minutes to go till B period and ES. I'm going to take another sip here of my now barely warm tea. I need a drink warmer. There's a thought. And we actually have some of these plug-in candle warmers. I don't know if any of you have them or have a girlfriend or a wife who likes candles or whatever. That's they're my girlfriends, and you put a candle on them, right? And so instead of having to light it and have an open flame, it just heats the candle, and then the candle releases its scent if it's a scented candle, right? So you don't have to have an open flame, but you still get the benefits and the nice smell of a candle. But I'm thinking that would probably work perfectly for keeping a drink warm. I might just have to go steal one of those. All right, we have pushed up. Wow, have we pushed up? Holy cow. And we're now trying to rotate positive. Look at that. Wow. That's interesting. What's our correlation doing? Let's take a peek over here. I have not been watching it. What do we got? Wow. Oh my God. What a mess. We got UB everywhere on everybody except ES. Wow. Okay. So is anybody leading? Anybody leading? Anybody lagging? Kinda. And Q and ES are both down similarly. And YM and RTY are both now up. And they're behaving similarly. Wow. Mixed message much? Wow. And we're moving around a lot. CK is giving me a tip on keeping a drink warm. I use a USB coaster plugged into a USB coaster. Oh, that's brilliant. It basically sounds like exactly what I just described. It sounds like the candle warmer, only it's not USB. That's cool. Okay. I note to self, look up USB coasters or USB drink warmers or something like that. I bet there's a whole bunch of them on Amazon. I'm going to go look into that because I'm always doing this. I make my tea and then I forget to drink it and then it gets cold and hours later I go microwave it and warm it up again. And sometimes I then set it down on the counter as I'm going to go do something and then I forget about it again. And then 2 hours later again, I realize, I still never drank it. It's terrible. Oh, you got one of those that didn't work, Donna? Oh, that sucks. All right. Well, I will do a little digging, look into reviews and whatnot, see if I can find something that will work for that. All right. Everybody is now up. Okay. So the up, that's interesting. So the up was the lead. So YM and RTY were the ones that were leading and they are up with a bullet right now. But boy, it's moving around so much. Everybody's moving. I mean, look at ES. ES is not quite moving around like NQ, but kind of close. It's moving so much. Where are we at on time? Oh, yeah, sorry. Still got 20 minutes. So, and we still have not broken the A period high or low. We're just ranging. It's too early to be thinking TPO, but from a TPO perspective, if I were going to take one, I mean, there's more excess to the top than the bottom. So I like a move to the low. The price projector at the high is also better than the low, but it's too soon to be looking at TPO stuff for that kind of information anyway, in my opinion. So it's just sort of okay, noted, but it doesn't really inform anything. The deltas are the wrong way around though. Now that's interesting. So we're not likely to stay. Wow. Oh, that sweep down. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. That was interesting. So we're not likely to stay here is what I was about to say before we left there. So yeah, there you go. Deltas are inverted. We're probably gonna move, but move where is the big question, isn't it? And when? Max Delta's kind of hopping around a little bit in here. So buyers are being challenged. And right now buyers are losing. Okay. Well, the min delta just moved. Okay, interesting. Now the deltas are the right way around. Who is going to... Oh, okay. Max delta just moved. So the sellers have got control from here now. Can they hold it? Buyers are trying to take control away. They're working on it and they're getting it. Okay, are we going to rotate positive again? Boy, oh boy. RTY is still up. So I do feel like the direction is probably up now at this point. I feel like this is a sort of a pullback situation because RTY has rocketed to the upside and not really giving anything back. YM has also pushed pretty nicely to the upside and is holding, roughly where it's middle volume area, and everything else is pushing to the upside now. Everyone's positive now. So, but it's so two directional. Just, I don't have a nice, clean, clear spot to try to enter. There's our long. And now NQ looks like it's going to want to ledge break north. Okay. NQ, are you going to take us higher? I do potentially like a long here, but see, look, but it's just, oh, yes, that's why I don't like it. It's just look at what it can do. Wow. Oh, this is crazy town. I literally just I've sat back in my chair, took my hands off the mouse, the keyboard. I'm sitting back and I'm just watching because it would be really easy for me to get sucked into doing something here. Because it really looks like it wants to be along, but it's so aggressive on any little move in both directions. I'd have to give it, probably 3-4 points of room because, one little wiggle at this point could be 1.5, 2 points. Boy. Yeah, I don't have, not with this kind of energy. I don't have anything I can do with this. I mean, okay, that's not quite true. I could decide to put on my scalper hat and just say, okay, it's time to scalp for ticks, grab 2 or 3 ticks over and over again, and whatever. But see that, look at that downside sweep. That's the problem with that is if I had wanted to grab a couple ticks, right here, maybe leaning on these deltas, blam, they get blown right through. For me, for my style, I just can't do anything with this. Oh, that's interesting. We had a min delta tie up here and down here for a split second. Now it's gone, but deltas are the wrong way around again. So it's no longer really looking like a long. In fact, YM is looking like it wants to ledge break south. It's dragging everybody with it. So YM is kind of looking right now like it's our leader. When YM pushed higher, everyone followed. Now YM's pushing lower, everyone's following. So if YM is going to ledge break south, I will probably look to get with it if it can give me a clear spot to enter, which I just do not have right now. Even max delta, I don't even feel like I could lean on max delta at 2250 ish. Because it could easily just wiggle its way up to min delta to 2550. 3 points of risk on just a wiggle in the delta range. Okay, there we go. Delta's moved again. Deltas are orderly now. Min delta 1950. We're right there. And YM is looking like it wants to ledge break. Delta's moved again. Okay, min deltas are disorderly again. See, and now look how far we push on just a little nothing move. But now, oh wow, YM has pulled way off of its low again. This is way too volatile for me. Way too volatile. And I will say that I'm pleased that I can even recognize that. Because seriously, a year ago, I wouldn't have. A year ago, I would not have even understood that this behavior is inappropriate for what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm pleased with that. Yeah, exactly, Tom. I'm waiting for the B to A at this point. I think there's nothing I can do with this. It's way too crazy. And frankly, I don't know that the B to A will be any better. I don't really have any particular reason to think it will. But we'll see. Yeah, boy. Up 3, down 4, up 4, 3, up 2, down 5. Just so crazy in both directions. YM did ledge break. Look at that. Okay, so YM ledge broke and left UB. Okay, all right. Now that's a clue. That's a clue I can maybe work with. But the entry, that's the problem. any entry I take would have to be so aggressive. Yeah, we're gonna head south. How do I enter? Yeah, the problem with even letting it come to me, Amy, is you let it come to me where? Try to lean on Delta around 1950, it could blow to 22 just on a sneeze, on a hiccup. Or try to lean on 22 and it could blow to 25, just in a wiggle. That's the trouble right now. Even with let it come to me, like let it come to me where? Um, it's just so crazy time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to switch to micros for an eval. You're absolutely right. If I was dead set and determined to try to catch this in my cash account, it would only be micro. It would only be a one lot. There's nothing else to even contemplate. But for eval purposes anyway, I'm sticking to minis. But where? And YM is pulled way off of its low again. So yeah, it ledge broke, but then no follow through. Ugh, yucky, icky. Uh, yeah, this is if you're the scalper type, like especially if you like to video game scalp NQ, this is great. This is probably like slow motion video game scalping for NQ. This is like a slightly slower NQ. And NQ today is well, it's NQ times 2. It's crazy time, but yeah, for me, this two directional stuff, really aggressive in both directions, which I seem to recall somebody mentioning at the beginning of the week that we were likely to see that. Big surprise. So this two directional stuff is really tough for my setups. It doesn't lend itself well to these pick a direction, go, break it, done. Yeah, NQ is just crazy time today. And NQ is about to ledge break north. So, yes, we've got just such mixed messages today. 1 second, YM's ledge breaking south. The next second, NQ's ledge breaking north. Like, what the hell is going on? Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Yeah. I got nothing. I need to just stand up, take a stretch. Yeah, thanks, Tom. The discipline is one of the chief things that I worked on for so long, and it's hard to cultivate that when you want to trade so much. You want to always be in the market. You want to always have something to do, and that's how I used to be. I used to sit here for I would be until well into the rookie roast. I'd be sitting in my screen 4 hours, easy, and trading pretty much that whole entire time. And my results were erratic to say the least. And so eventually I decided, okay, no, I have no choice. If I'm going to survive in this game, I need ironclad discipline. And, I'm not quite there yet, but, it started by taking one setup and only one setup and then literally shutting it down. And that was so hard. That was so hard. To take one setup and then win or lose. For me, it was Open 5. That was the first one that I worked on. I did Open 5 for months, just Open 5, and that's it. And then I shut it down. And that was brutally difficult because I did not want to walk away. Opportunity. Oh my God, all the things I'm missing out on. I could learn, I could this, 1,000,001 justifications. But nope, I did it anyway. And that was critical to getting me on the path to seeing that I have to be the one in control. I dictate whether I trade or not. The market does not make that choice for me. So I'm still not perfect. Every once in a while, I get sucked into a monkey brain decision or trade or whatever. Or occasionally playing platform stuff. Like, this morning, my flattens are just not. It did not happen when I hit the button, like not even close. They were seconds later. Really, really nasty. And that can happen too. So I don't know if that's just a today volatility thing or a rhythmic thing or a me thing or a computer thing, or I don't know. But it's just one of those things. All right. ESB to A is coming up. 4 minutes. Yeah, Robert, traders should be trading. That's exactly one of the things I used to tell myself. It's like, but I'm a trader. I need to trade. Traders got to trade. Fish got to swim. Birds got to fly. But the fact is, a really good trader doesn't have to trade. That's the critical key for me anyway, as I had to realize that no, the point here is to trade less, but better. I want to trade a lot less, but a lot better. And so that's what I focus on doing now. Wow. And I think we are going to push the high after all. NQ has severely ledge broken quite aggressively. And NQ seems to be the one leading us now, and it's saying higher. So what the hell? This is just nutso. 5 minutes ago, I was thinking probably south. Now, not so much. Totally nuts. It is good to stand up and move around a little bit, though. It's so easy to just get locked into sitting in your chair, hunched over, staring at your screens. I even have a standing desk, but I always forget to push the button on it and make it rise. I was going to take a step back. It is interesting, by the way. If you've never done it, there we go. Now we're pushing the high. Okay. Well, let's see. What time is it? We're 2 minutes out. Okay, I'm going to sit tight. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it until I'm going to let B period open, and then I'll take a view and see what's what. But if you've never done it, something that Jeff talks about from time to time is like literally take a step back, like get up, step back from your screens and take a look at them from across the room or, a few feet away or, behind your chair, whatever. It's funny how that is a useful exercise. It seems silly, but it just looks different. You perceive everything a little differently when you really can't make out the numbers at all. And all you can see is just the shape of things and the movement of things and the correlation of things. And it gets a lot more visual rather than analytical. And I for one, am very analytical. I tend to get really, staring at numbers. And sometimes it's the whole forest for the trees thing. You can kind of lose sight of the bigger picture, the bigger context of what's going on and how things are behaving with each other and that sort of thing. So literally walking back and just kind of taking a bird's eye view at your screens, at your charts can be a really interesting exercise. Okay, a minute to go. UB at the top. Ooh, okay. Now, me likey what I see. The question is joining this madness, joining the insanity. Where would I do it? Pullback bar. We've got a price projector here, but it's not an impressive one. It doesn't. I think it's about to go. In fact, so, God, could we get down to max delta? The problem. This is my problem. Even if let's say we pushed all the way down to max delta at 25, which we're about to do. Even if we did that, does that mean we're done? We could go negative again and get all the way down to min delta. It's because it's so just completely bonkers, wacko, out of its. Wow, there it goes. Okay. That was B period opening. Okay, so that was the B period wiggle. Oh, okay. You know what? Hello, what's going on? There we go. I was in the wrong screen. I'm trying to get long. I'm front running the big delta at 27 quarter. I don't think I'm going to get it. If I'd been in the right screen with focus, I might have been able to, but Um, I don't think. Well, maybe. Come on, pull down, pull back, pull back. So close. Come on. All it needs is like one little sweep to the downside, filmy, and then rock it to the upside again. Come on. I'm even going to come up one tick, but that's it. That's all I'm giving it. Oh, come on. Oh, oh, maybe. Oh, wow. This is so crazy. See, like if you enter anywhere, how do you manage risk here? This is insanity. You cannot manage anything. It's just you get what you get and you're thankful for it. My God. Um oh tempted to want maybe. Come on. Oh, don't do that to me. Come Oh, oh, brutal. Brutal. Come on, fill me. Fill me. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm filled. All right. Now what? And through. Nope. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I made 2 ticks, 3 ticks. Yeah, I made 3 ticks on that. Okay, there's this. I'm actually glad that just happened because that confirms that there's a problem somewhere. I need to figure out where it is because you probably couldn't tell on your side because of Zoom lag and everything like that. Now it's going to blow the top. I got long and then I threw a target 3 ticks higher, which is, sell the ask +3. And then I started moving it up. And I was clicking furiously. Each click moves at a tick on my controller. And I literally got nowhere. I didn't even get a chance to get the first movement in. All I got was the initial 3-tick sell above. And it was filled and I was out before the dome even showed it. And so I was very confused. I'm like, what's going on? It's not doing. And then finally the dome caught up and I was already out. So I've got a major lag issue or something going on. I don't know really what to make of it. You know what though? It does tell me that it's just not safe for me to be trading this right now. It does give me a thought, however. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apologies for the alert that's about to happen. I think it's going to be a really obnoxious sound, but yeah, that one. I'm going to pop open RTrader. And now that we're in RTH, I'm going to run the performance test. Oh, dang it. It never remembers. It always logs me in as uProfit again, which this one's long gone. I don't know what the deal is with this thing, but it will just never remember my login. Here, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna go check my performance in RTrader and see if I've got any issues there. Where's my? Oh, come on, where is it? There it is. Okay. And I don't know why you will not remember this because I have told it to repeatedly. And remember me. Okay. Remember me. I'm going to click it like 10 times. Okay. It's definitely clicked. Now log in. Take a quick peek. Rhythmic is successfully updated. Oh, okay. Well, good, I guess. Let's see, it's in preferences, right? Yeah, performance. Here we go. Ping 57. It's exactly the same as last night. Yeah, this is exactly the same as last night. So yeah, okay, that's theoretically not the issue anyway. All right, well, good to know, I suppose. Fire back up. Uninstall, reinstall. Really, Andrew? Okay. Interesting. Oh, but uninstall, reinstall Rhythmic, RTrader specifically. Interesting. I hadn't thought about that. I have not done This is actually my only install of Rhythmic I've ever done. Like a year ago, I installed it once and it just updates, and I've never actually uninstalled or reinstalled it at all. So that's a really interesting tip. Thank you for that. I will give that a shot. Share in the Rhythmic ping test the short video. I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know what you're referring to. Ping test short video. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means. If you could elaborate on that, that'd be awesome. So we got the long. I mean, I could see it was there. I was perfectly positioned to take advantage of it, but yeah. Oh well. I got what I got. I got 3 ticks. So far, so be it. A video of how I accessed that. Oh yeah. In fact, Stephen is the one who explained it. I didn't even know about that until he mentioned it in the Facebook group. But he has a post in the Facebook group. In fact, here, Stephen, I'm going to plug your Facebook group post. Let's go Facebook. So, Stephen, here you go. So to get to this, what you need to do is fire up your Rhythmic and go to Window. It's actually Window. I believe it's Windows Singular and Preferences Performance. And that's where you get to this. And then you can test your ping to either the orders, submitting orders, the price data, or the RMS, which is the risk management system. And they should all be, these are in microseconds. So 103,000 microseconds is 103 milliseconds, which is a tenth of a second, roughly 1,000 milliseconds per second. So, 103 milliseconds is not great for latency. That's, it could be worse. Certainly could be worse, but it's not great. Mine at like 50, 60 is, it's, I would like it to be better. I really would. I'm not wild about 50, 60 millisecond lag, given that I'm in California, Silicon Valley, gigabit cable internet. Like, come on, that really, I feel like it should be better. But, hey, it is what it is. It's the Rhythmic paper trading server. Always got to remember that. I bet you if I was on Rhythmic's quote unquote real server or funded server or whatever, it would probably be a lot better. So Tom, if you're at 14,879, you're at a 15 millisecond latency. That almost sounds impossibly too good. Are you sure you didn't leave off a digit? Because that 15 milliseconds would be insane. Unless you're like in Chicago, right near the exchange or something. Maybe you are. I actually don't know where you are. That would be crazy good. You are in Chicago. Oh, that's right. Of course you're in Chicago. You used to work in the pits. Duh. Yeah. Okay. So you're super duper close. All right. That actually is feasible then. Wow. Jealous. 15 millisecond ping time from Rhythmic. Good grief. Now, are you talking about it? Don't go by your ping time, like from if you just pop open a terminal and do a ping. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking specifically in the Rhythmic performance tool. Because a regular old, do a ping from a command line is not the same thing. So just to be clear on that, this has got to be from within the Rhythmic performance tool. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Post in that thread. That'd be a good thread to contribute to. So anyway, I didn't get my B to A. Well, I'm okay. I got 3 ticks of it. It was a very sweet trade. It was very definitely the right trade. So, I don't feel, I'm a little disappointed that the execution did what it did. I could have just not put a target in, or I could have put my target in differently. I could have actually clicked up here and put my target in instead of moving it a tick at a time, which in hindsight, I'm realizing, what was I thinking? Of course, a day like today is moving too fast. I'm not going to be able to go click, and move it up fast enough. I really should have just gone up here and clicked my exit. And then I could have grabbed, whatever that would have been. I don't know, 20 ticks or something. So that would have been a really sweet trade, but I read it right. For me, that's the most important thing, is I read this absolutely spot on, and I'm pleased with that. So, that shows me that my performance is continuing to improve and my skill is continuing to improve. And that's the name of the game. This isn't about any one day, any one trade or anything like that. It's about an ongoing thing that I want to be doing for ever, really. So yeah, I'm happy about that. So all in all, you know, good day for the first account, bad day for the second and account and third account. Or, you know, not bad day. I mean, bad day would be blowing up, but you know, mediocre day for those two accounts. Let's just call it that. Not a great day, and that's largely, in no small part anyway, due to this lag I've got going on or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm gonna need to figure that out. I'm gonna try uninstalling and reinstalling Rhythmic. So thank you, Andrew, for that. That's a good suggestion, because maybe this is a Rhythmic thing. I don't know. But I've been noticing it even not on Rhythmic, though, for a couple of weeks now. Like, for example, in fact, here, let's just do this. Let's pop open my cash account. Here we go. I don't think it matters that I'm in sim. That's just for execution anyway. But, you know, if I scale these up to about, about the same. Here we go. I'm just trying to kind of relax my eyes and visually see if I see, you know what it is. I think my cash account is updating more frequently. I'm seeing a lot more movement in the cash account than I am in the Rhythmic account. That's interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's telling. Okay. So this is either, you know, maybe it's a temp issue that uninstalling, reinstalling will fix or whatever. I'm not super optimistic about that. I have a feeling this is a Rhythmic paper trading server reality, because I certainly do remember in the past, and I know Lee has talked about this and others have complained about it as well. There have been really crazy volatile days where Rhythmic just sucked. It absolutely lagged and was giving everybody all kinds of problems. And I know a couple of you mentioned in the chat that you had lags the same times I did. So I have a feeling this is just Rhythmic paper trading server being Rhythmic paper trading server, and Rhythmic paper trading server sucks. I haven't done a Rhythmic eval in a while. My last two evals both used CQG. Actually, no, sorry. My last eval and my last funded, I believe, both used CQG. I don't know. I can't remember now. But anyway, the bottom line is I haven't done a Rhythmic in a little while. I'd forgotten just how bad the paper trading server is, which is just another way that things are stacked against you with regards to these evaluations, right? I think these evaluations, trying to pass them on really highly volatile days is really, really difficult. You know, it can be helped by waiting for, you know, sort of a really ideal entry, but the trouble is going to be managing risk, because you're going to be late, right? You're going to have problems if you try to get out and Rhythmic gets you out 4 seconds later or whatever. So tis what it is. Nothing you can do about it. So Robert, yes, I use Denali for the market data, but execution is done on Rhythmic. So that, you know, that's a valid point, though, is that visually what I see going on should be Denali. I think anyway, should be Denali, not Rhythmic. So the visual behavior of the domes should be Denali, not Rhythmic. That's a really good point. You know what? Hold on. You just gave me an idea. I just want to sanity check something. Where is the last year chart? Where are you? There you are. Let me check something just to make sure. Actually, wait, I didn't need to do that. Hold on. I can just do this. I can just pop it open that way. Yes. Common settings, right? Yeah. Allow support for Sierra chart data feeds. Yes. Okay. So I thought for a second maybe I had turned that off or something somehow by mistake. Allow support. Yeah. Okay. It's turned on. So yeah, I am using Denali. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I'll just have to look into it. It's going to take some digging. So we'll see. It is what it is. So anywho, I think that's it. All in all, you know, P&L wise, not a great day, but experience wise, it was a good one. I got some good experience out of this. Good exercise, good practice of my skill, and you know, good ability to recognize that today was a crazy day, and you know, would have been. This is the kind of day where I believe it is actually a perfectly valid and even a good trading decision just to decide not to bother. I happen to want to be pushing myself at this stage because I do want more experience of what's it like to trade in more types of environments. And so I'm willing to take the risk that, I could blow something up. It could happen because I want the experience, and I'm seeking experiences, put it that way. But when ES is moving like this, like it has been today, although it seems to have slowed down a little bit, it feels like it's a little bit less insane right now, but it's still moving around a lot. Any little move is 3-4 ticks. So yeah, you know what? I take that back. It's still being batshit crazy. So let's see. Oh, are we doing Q&A today? Yes, there is a Q&A session if there are Qs to A. So on that note, go A some Qs. If there's anything to discuss, I don't know if there's anything else that Lee wants to discuss or anything like that. Not that I'm aware of. So, but I will check in with him just to see if there's anything he wants to talk about or Jeff wants to talk about or anything like that. But yeah, if there's anything in the Q&A discussion thread, then we will have Qs to A. So there you go. All right, let's see some chat here. My notes, look for the easy things. This is from Tom. Single prints and pullback top and bottom volume off edges. Yeah, I mean, the trouble with that, though, Tom, is I'll agree they're easy, quote unquote, in sense of they're easy to see. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to give you what you want. I feel like it's a bit dangerous, at least for me anyway, for my approach, for my style. It's a bit too dangerous to look at, a single print and pullback delta and saying, oh, that's a definite, I got to go here. I'll get really married to those kinds of ideas and the market can just blow right on through it. But then there will be enough times that it doesn't. There'll be enough times that works, that it's easy to result from that and say, see, it does work. And it's like, yeah, it works, except for when it doesn't. So, for me, I really like something that this really stuck with me, that Lee said quite some time back. I'm sure he said it multiple times, is that he likes to look for the stuff that isn't easy to see and, look for what's not obvious. And I really like that idea. Of course, it's harder. It is harder. It's hard to notice what's not there, to notice the stuff that's missing or that's not happening. It's like noticing absorption. And it's like, yeah, a massive volume of price isn't going lower. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to try to look for is like what's not happening and everything. But it is harder, especially to keep that in front of mind in the moment, in the heat of it. So. Let's see, Robert, it's a great thought to practice, but you get limited days to practice and limited days to actually use what you learned. Yeah, that's 100% true, Robert. And I in the past, I've used replay to try to get more reps in, right? More practice in. And there is some usefulness to replay, especially for muscle memory of pushing buttons and reaction time to get to your keystrokes and stuff like that. It has value, but, I've found after lots and lots and lots of trial and error that it has very limited usefulness in terms of actually trying to replicate market behavior, because even though Sierra's replay has improved dramatically over time, it still is not a one-to-one replication of how the market behaved. It still updates on a fixed interval, fixed frequency, whatever, and millisecond resolution, whereas the market is microsecond resolution or smaller than that. Nanosecond, I don't actually know how small its resolution goes in terms of speed. So yeah, it's very limited usefulness for that, but it is great for just practicing your button pushing. It's really, really good for that. So no problem, Tom. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate that. And yeah, Robert, you want to see what everyone else sees, but earlier. The trouble with that, though, is then you can end up always being early, right? Which you can turn into a strength. You can do like Jeff did and just make that part of your thing and just be early and be okay with being early and so forth. But you got to have, the account size and the discipline to recognize when you were just early or when you're just wrong, because there's always that period of time when just plain wrong looks like just early. And also some just early can look like just plain wrong. There's always that period. Like that the what's that book? The Time Between Dog and Wolf, something like that. It feels like it's somehow related to that. There's that knife edge where it's like, am I really just too early or am I actually wrong here? And you got to have the discipline to just recognize when it's time to cut something, because you know what, I'm just plain wrong, and be okay with that. And then it might come right back and say, nope, I wasn't wrong. I was just early, and you got to just get back in again. And that takes time. It takes a lot of patience and discipline to develop that. I'm still working on that myself for sure. So, all right, gang, that is it for me. Have yourselves a great rest of your day, and I will continue to talk to you all in the pit and possibly see you on the Q&A later today if we have it.